Hello! Welcome to day 3. It's really windy today, so it's nice to play 3 different condition rounds. First round really hot, second round wet, and now really windy, so I'll see you on the tee.
Sist ut i gruppen representerar Järva Discgolfklubb, sponsrad av Rocket Disc och Kastaplast, Kevin Klangebo.
Alright, day 3, really windy round, and straight off the bat, strong tailwind, which made my Thunderbird drop out of the sky.
Lycka till och blås inte bort.
And I ended up really short, so I had to go for a forehand flex around the corner. Went with my more overstable Guld, and really nice line, but it never had a chance to get up to the basket, so long C2 putt to try to get the birdie on the first hole. Right to left wind, but I give it a little bit of Annie out of my hands, so it doesn't have time to lift when it gets the fade, so I have to settle for the par on the first hole. I'm throwing the K3 Göte again on hole 2, early releasing it a little bit this time, but getting the flip up, so kind of drifts into the fairway and giving myself a C1 look for the birdie. And when I got up to the putt, I just told myself that I had to commit from the start. And today I decided not to go for the tomahawk on hole 3. Reason is the wind. When you throw a tomahawk up into the sky, because it's on a vertical angle, it has a lot more surface for the wind to push it from side to side. So I decided to go with the K1 soft Stig on a backhand, and I threw it kind of how I wanted, but left to right wind pushed it, so I had a C2 putt for the birdie. And when I got up to the putt, the wind had actually switched, so it was a right to left putt. Like I said, I had to commit from the start, so that's what I did. So currently -2 through 3, and here on hole 4 we had a slight tailwind, which normally makes the disc a bit more overstable, but my straight Guld actually turned on me, so I hit some branches on the right side, kind of fought its way through, so I had a really easy chip up for the par, but out of my hand I thought it was a perfect shot. And hole 5, like always, just try to keep it in the fairway. So today I was committed to hitting the line again, but same problem today. Slightly turned it over, but it kind of got through a lot on the right side. So I got some decent distance, but the lie was horrible. I had to go for a wide standout forehand through a really tight gap, but this forehand was probably one of the best shots in the tournament for me. So I actually got it into the circle and got a scramble birdie opportunity. And again, told myself to commit from the start. So currently -3 through 5, and because of what happened yesterday on hole 6, I was not going for the ace today. I just gave it some more height and let it come down really softly on the island, which left me with this like 6-meter putt for the birdie. And I actually hesitated a little bit on this putt because I had a slight headwind, but it still went in. So here I was -4 through 6, which is a great start and basically what you want when it's really windy, because you really want that cushion of some extra strokes when you get out into the open. But hole 7, like I said in the first round, is probably my Nemesis hole. I think I'm just overthinking it, but first round I hit the right tree, second round I hit the left tree, so this round I was gonna hit it in the middle, right? No, I hit the right tree again, and I actually kicked right into Narnia. Saving the par from here would be amazing. So I just threw my overstable Nord through a pretty tight gap and gave it a good angle, which actually got me into the circle to try to save the par. Slight left to right headwind as well, this was not a gimme. But I was putting good, so I just had to give it a chance. Really got away with one here, but I was really happy to save it. And now we're starting to get into the open. And I was first on the tee here, so I didn't get any wind reads from the card mates. And if you look at the banners just past the island, you can see them waving in different directions from time to time. So I didn't really know what to think. So I actually stepped up from my Guld to my Halo Star Destroyer and just threw it pretty hard. But it kind of lifted and stalled and came backwards. So yeah, it was way too short and I didn't make the island. So I had to go to the drop zone, and I hadn't actually practiced from the drop zone, because I didn't want to think about not making the island, so I didn't even know the distance from here. But I used my rangefinder and decided to go for my Birdie X on a forehand, and now I was out in the open so I could actually feel the wind, so I read it pretty perfectly and just put it up to the basket. And I rushed up there really quickly because the wind kind of stopped for a second. Then on hole 9, usually a left to right wind, this time a right to left wind. So when I put out my forehand wide, as usual, it didn't really want to drift right. The wind kind of pushed it out towards the left side, so I actually hit the trees in the OB area on the left side. But I was lucky enough to actually kick out into the open and land safe. And from here I had like 95 meters to the basket, uphill through a tight gap. But I threw a really nice flex forehand with my Halo Star Destroyer, actually skipped up into the circle and gave myself a C1 look for the birdie. When I got up there though, all of a sudden a really strong headwind came through the woods, so I started doubting myself and I stood there for a while. So then I was like, now I'm taking too much time, so I just need to putt it. And then I fluffed it left side. I was so annoyed by this. Through round 1 and 2 I still hadn't hit this gap properly, so this time I was just 100% committing to hyzer flipping my Svea through the middle, but unfortunately too much headwind, so it turned over way too quick and hit the tree on the right side. But from here I had a open look, so I was 100% trying to throw this in. And it's so annoying when you try to throw it in and you actually hit the line, but you don't give it the height, so it never had a chance to go in. And I did hit the line because I actually hit the pole. That's why I look so disappointed. And seeing me play hole 11 should be like deja vu by now. I'm doing the exact same thing once again. This time though we had a really swirly wind on the second shot, so I actually put it out really wide and tried to get some more distance. Which thankfully I did, and on the approach I had to throw it a bit straighter because I had a left to right wind instead of right to left. But other than that, pretty straightforward. I got my par and I moved on. On hole 12 we had a pretty strong straight headwind, and I went with my roller play again, and it was a pretty wild roller. But it ended up a little bit short, so I had to go with a forehand flex into the gap. And I had a helping wind when I went up to take my shot, but the wind stopped when I was about to throw, so I was like, come on, give me more wind. But I didn't get the wind I wanted, so I had to just go for it. And then it was pretty much an impossible angle, so I hit the tree and just fell down. From there, had a pretty easy approach though. I went with the Birdie X on a slight anhyzer and let the wind just push it, but I threw it on too much anise, so it pushed it out towards the left side, which was a horrible shot. I don't even know how I fluffed it, but yeah, that was really bad. So I had a C2 putt over this huge rock just to try to save the par, and I couldn't even see the basket from behind the rock. Gave it what I thought was a good run, but apparently it was too low. So yeah, that's the most unnecessary bogey in disc golf history. And because of that bogey, I was last on the tee on hole 13, and all 3 of my card mates before me threw pretty similar shots, but had 3 completely different results because of the wind just swirling around. So instead of throwing my white gold, I actually threw my yellow gold, that's more overstable. And my only goal was to get it over to the other side, so I just threw it really hard and made sure to go long of the basket. But then this happened. Yeah, that was really close. It was a bit further away from the basket than I thought it was though, so I had this like 7 to 8 meter tailwind putt, but the wind kind of died down when I was about to putt, so I kind of rushed it, and then I didn't even give it tight. On hole 14 my card mates kind of faded out, so I really made sure to not go left of the basket, but I kind of overcompensated, so I hit some limbs. Actually fought through though and gave myself like a 11 to 12 meter C2 putt for the birdie. But if you give this kind of putt this kind of run, you should have never ran it in the first place. 100% commitment or nothing. What is that? And in these kind of wins, even the shortest of tap-ins are kind of sketchy. In round 2 I threw my stall pretty perfectly on this hole, so I was just gonna do the same thing again, but actually make the putt this time. And I landed in kind of the same place again, and last time I missed low, so this time I was not missing low. And the headwind really made sure of that. Kinda started to lose my confidence because of all these short missed putts. So when I walked up to the tee on hole 16, I was actually scared of the OB on the left side, which unconsciously made me slightly earlier release my tee shot. So I hit the tree on the right side and almost kicked OB. But I was safe and had a straight look at the basket, so I actually wanted to give it a bid, so I went for the long spin putt. But it got stuck in my hand really badly. I was lucky to make it through, but it went really far, so I had a 9 meter comebacker to try to save a par. And you know, my confidence was not on top after those short missed putts. Bad effort, but I can't believe it dropped in a right to left headwind. You can't see it from this angle, but this was really squeaky on the left side. I got the birdie first 2 runs on hole 17, so let's just do the same thing again. My overstable Nord on a slight anhyzer, and just slide it up there. And this one is really short, like 5 meters, but the wind kind of creeped through these birches you can see behind the basket, so I had a straight headwind, but I just took a second to collect myself, and then I went for it. You know it's bad when you're starting to doubt yourself on 5 meter putts. So we're here at the last hole, currently at -2, and -2 in these winds is a lot better than the last 2 rounds. Still not where I want to be, especially not with the good start I had. But if I get the birdie here on the last hole, it might actually be 1,000 rated round, so let's just go for it and try to climb up the leaderboard. And with a beautiful tee shot, I left myself a 75 meter forehand hyzer to the basket. Left to right wind didn't really help the disc as much as I thought it would, so I left myself a 9 meter putt. I just told myself I need to gain my confidence again, so here I read the wind perfectly. I had a left to right wind, so I needed to put hyzer and give it height. So I actually gave it some power and aimed for the band, and it dropped down and went in dead center. Such a great feeling to finish on a good note. 3 rounds done, 1 more to go. We had a cut line at top 60 players today, and I made it through the cut. I'm at 38th place, climbed 18 spots today, but top 24 get cash, and now we can't win, so new goal, let's get in the cash. Top 24, let's go. But that's been it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. Don't forget the bell, as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.